You may have noticed a little logo on your statement that you received from your broker. It says SIPC. And if you go to visit your broker in his office, he's going to have a bronze plaque on his desk, which is going to say SIPC. And it looks a lot like the FDIC logo, which of course insures bank deposits up to $250,000. Well, the SIPC logo, SIPC, is intended to do the same thing, but up to $500,000 if you invest through an SEC-regulated broker-dealer. Now, the SEC-regulated broker-dealers are firms like Merrill Lynch or JP Morgan Chase or Solomon Smith Barney or Bernard L. Madoff Investment Securities, LLC. The reason we need SIPC insurance is that in 1970, Congress passed a statute called the Securities Investor Protection Act, which was supposed to protect customers who allowed their brokers to hold their securities. Now, what that means is, in the old days, if you bought IBM stock, you got a piece of paper with a gold stamp on it, which said that you owned a certain number of shares. And the Wall Street firms didn't like that system because it was very time-consuming for them to have to change the names on the certificates every time stocks were bought or sold. And so they persuaded Congress that they wanted to fund insurance to protect investors against the risk that if they didn't physically hold their securities, that the broker might steal them or might steal their money and never purchase the securities. Now, before 1970, if your stockbroker went into a liquidation, you were protected because you physically had possession of your securities and nobody could take those away from you. But after 1970, if your broker went into liquidation, you didn't hold the physical certificates. The only evidence of ownership that you had was the statements that you received from your broker. And in fact, today, the same thing is true. Whether you have your account at Merrill Lynch or Fidelity, the only evidence of ownership that you have is the statement you receive from your broker. So if your broker goes into liquidation, the only way that you can prove what he owed you is through your last statement. The SIPC insurance, which insures your account, is only available if you take the extra precaution of investing through an SEC-regulated broker-dealer. This is the gold stamp of investment firms, and that's why people proudly display the SIPC plaque in their offices, and that's why it's on every confirmation you receive from your broker.